So I mentioned Elon Musk's Twitter app earlier. One of the things I love about Twitter, I have a love-hate relationship with Twitter. One of the things I love about Twitter is just how much content it provides. We're spoiled at this point. Like, what do we do for content? What do we do for fodder before Twitter? And one of the best things about that content creation aspect of Twitter is athletes in particular, for our purposes, making news. With every emoji and every retweet and every comment and every like that they
every follow,
hit send on. Every follow, unfollow, cleanse, if you will, or scrub, whatever they call it, all of that, DM, just countless opportunities for content. So DK Metcalf been the subject of trade rumors as of late, and he just decided to chime in and be like, hey, I ain't heard nothing, per me, not per sources, per me. Nobody's told me anything, which counts for something. It's not an anonymous source, but it certainly doesn't mean that he can't be being discussed behind his back. So just because you ain't heard nothing doesn't mean nothing's
Bobby
coming down
Wagner didn't either. Bobby Wagner ain't heard nothing either.
Bobby Wagner's still waiting for a phone call from the Seahawks. So if anything, touche, Michael Holley, if anything, this is a sign that you're about to get traded, because no news is not good news given how Seattle does business. And there's Lamar Jackson being like, hey, man,
love it.
Come play with us. No tampering rules when it comes to Twitter. But let's go back to franchise mode, Michael. Because for me, I look at this and I'm saying, if you're Seattle, I would definitely, not only would I be listening or open at the right price, I would be secretly looking to move DK Metcalf. Because I'm a firm believer, like, if you're going to reset it, don't just like do a soft reset. Like, unplug the machine, take the cartridge out, blow it in the cartridge, slam it on your leg, put it halfway in, and slam it real hard to make sure that the game resets the right way. Like, go all the way with it. Stockpile draft picks. If the Chiefs just got 5 picks for Tyreek Hill, Seahawks can get what? 3? 2 or 3 for DK Metcalf,
4.
Maybe?
4.
Okay, maybe.
4.
I mean, if the Jets, hey, the Jets wanted Tyreek Hill. Send them picks back to us.
Hey.
Matter of fact, send us back our pick that we gave you for Jamal Adams. But
That's right.
I do a hard reboot if I'm the Seahawks. Yes, hard reboot if I'm the Seahawks.
And go back to that rebound. That's
up.
The Jets are the ones that got spurned. You go to them and be like, hey, we got a great consolation prize for you. You were trying to get Tyreek Hill. We got a guy who really would just really fit with your young quarterback, fit in the New York market. Everybody loves him. He's got a great name. He's got great personality, and he'll help. He'll help on the field too. And you got picks. You got multiple picks. You can't use all those picks. Make a deal with us, and you can pay him. You can pay DK Metcalf.
Right, because we're not going to pay him.
The Seahawks won't. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think the Seahawks...
Man, we might have to change the subject, because now that I'm talking about it, you know how you were talking yourself into the Doc Rivers argument earlier? I'm trying to wait till Madden 23 come out, but I might have to go fire up franchise mode and trade DK Metcalf.
So you can trade DK to the Jets.
I would do it. I would do it and just be loaded with picks for the next 2-3 years.
Now, maybe the Seahawks are just so good at just knowing all sorts of things are going on. They got these big plans, and they're just really good at being calm, even though they have big plans in the works. This kind of seems like, I'm not saying they just woke up one day and said, you know what, let's just trade Russell Wilson. Let's just do it. Oh, well, hey, we don't need to bring back Bobby Wagner. DK Metcalf, sure. I'm not saying it was that impulsive, but I can't imagine going into I'm not even going to say week 17, week 15. Week 15, week 16, this was their plan. They talked about in the offseason, we're going to trade Russell. We're going to release Bobby Wagner. And if somebody makes us a good deal for DK Metcalf, he can go too. Hey, why not Lockett? Lockett might be on the move as well. Is this their big plan? If this is the big plan, where are we going? Because it doesn't really seem to have.
But one way to go. I like it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't try to straddle a fence.
You like it?
Yes. Well, I like the extreme nature of it. Like Joe Clark, Morgan Freeman's Joe Clark. If you're gonna jump, don't mess around with it. Do it expeditiously. Like, if you're gonna be bad, No different than the NBA. Be all the way bad. You know? Be all the way bad. So
all right, but look, you heard Mike Tannenbaum earlier. They got Drew Lock right now as their quarterback. They got a couple of quarterbacks coming out next year. Where are you supposed to get this? Where's this quarterback coming from? I mean, this is all great, all these draft picks. You got a bunch of draft picks and no quarterback to spend them on. What are they doing?
Well, you say no quarterback to spend them on. I mean, you can get whoever you want this year.
Okay.
You know, and we act like there's only one round where you could draft a quarterback. I mean, let's not. I know this is rare. I know it's rare, but let's not forget when they got Russell Wilson
in the third round.
But I know that's very rare. I know that's very rare. But nonetheless, it's like this is an opportunity. The reason why Russell's gone, in part, besides the philosophical disconnect and the ever-present tension, is all the holes in the roster that he was tired of covering up, and they weren't going to win a championship despite his brilliance. Build your teams. You could address quarterback this year or not. You could address it next year. Hell, do it in 24 if necessary. But you got so many holes. Why not just accumulate and stockpile as many picks as possible, as opposed to keeping DK Metcalf when he's about to be a free agent for who? For what? For Drew Lock? Like, and not to mention, if there's a position in the modern NFL, with all due respect to DK Metcalf, and his physique and his big playability when he was playing with Russell Wilson, of all the positions that's the easiest to find an immediate impact guy, it's wide receiver. You know? They got teams that's in contention that just moved wide receivers. Green Bay, with Aaron Rodgers in the last few years of his prime or his career, was like, nah, we're not paying Devontae Adams. We're going to move on from him. Kansas City was like, we'll be fine without Tyreek Hill. What are you holding on to DK Metcalf for?
I guess I'm just surprised that Seattle is operating. Pete Carroll and John Schneider are operating as if they just won the Super Bowl last year, or that they've won multiple Super Bowls. Where are you getting all this time? You blessed with all this time, or you can just be like, yeah, you know, we'll address it in 24. Hey, you may not.
It's a rebuild.
May not be here, player.
Maybe
I know
not,
it's a rebuild. Everybody don't have that luxury of a rebuild, especially if you only won one Super Bowl.
This is more of a plan than kind of being on the fence about it and winning 6 or 7 games is. Like, why win 6 or 7? Hell, win 2 or 3.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.